Howdy Aries, how are you? This is your love reading for March 2018. It's Raina here, and just shuffling the cards, lay them out. That Five of Wands is the card that I really associate with Aries. I really do. Okay. Okay. Let me just look at this for 1 second. Well, let's start with the past position. The past position, Five of Wands. You are fire, you are wands. The number 5 is number of instability. A lot of times this card, you see that there's multiple people in the mix here. In some cases, let's say you're dating somebody and they aren't necessarily committing to you. And there is this sense of, if you want to be the top dog, and I'm sure that a lot of Aries people do, this may be really irritating to you that that other person is still seeing someone other than you, that you're not the center of their universe yet. And so you may feel this sense of like, I have to compete with other people, and that may, well, for some Aries people, this is exactly how you think anyway in life, where life is all about competition. So it may kind of stoke something within you. Even though you're perturbed by it, you may still get a sense of that fix that you need, you know, to kind of fight your way through life. So it's kind of like one of those paradoxes where it's like, you may feel like, does this other person really care enough to just be monogamous with me, or do I have to prove myself yet again in life? The other thing too is it may just be incompatibility between people who just don't see eye to eye. Typically, with an Aries person, there's going to be a sexual relationship that is really what the relationship's all about. When you just, you know, get right down to it, if you're honest with yourself. And I don't know why this is. For some reason, when people are having these types of one-dimensional relationships, it's almost like, I don't know if the physical attraction aspect of it, somehow they are totally wildly incompatible in other areas and they just fight like cats and dogs and just don't see eye to eye. Why do they have such a strong sexual magnetism to one another? I can't figure that out. But it seems to be a pattern in general, and one that Aries people unwittingly can fall into. And Aries is a sign of action. So these patterns can easily repeat themselves over and over again, and the Aries person is just sitting there scratching their heads and saying, gee, you know, was it something I said? You know, what's going on? Why is this not working out? Not connecting the dots, because not doing that reflection that is needed to see how you are acting in ways that act against your best interests. So I don't know, I mean, this is a general reading, so obviously there could be multiple things going on. What we have as the heart of the matter is the Three of Cups. Now, it may be that you're dealing with somebody who is a party animal, who is drinking all the time, maybe, or they're just socializing. It seems like somebody, I think it was my partner, that he always says the drinking bone is connected to the, you know, the social bone or something like that. You know, in other words, it's like people who drink tend to be very social. So that's why bars exist, you know. And so if you're with somebody who just, that's their kind of a place, that's their happy place, they may naturally be in an environment where they go home with somebody, they're drunk, and that's where that's coming in, and they're not marriage material, they're not relationship material, because they're not going to settle down with one person. And you may be trying to pour your energy into someone that is really unsuitable, if that's what you're really looking for. Now, speaking of unsuitable, this one, there may be, I don't know if there's more than one person, because this is a night and day type of character. The Knight of Pentacles is officially connected to Taurus, from what I understand. This is an earth energy. The other earth signs are Capricorn and Virgo. I always associate this with Virgo, but I'm seeing the Taurus connection because there's a very consistent, persistent type of a vibe with this guy. And so he's totally he has his head on his shoulders. He's very disciplined and responsible. So unless this is you and you're the one who's acting like a party animal and this person is in your life, I don't know. I wouldn't even be surprised if the other person, if there's two people in your life, I wouldn't be surprised if that person was a Pisces, because they may tend to crave that kind of companionship or camaraderie in a bar situation too. But for some reason, you're clashing with that person. Now, the Knight of Pentacles individual may be showing up to show the contrast between, what you can have and what you do have. However, if this is another person, that person may actually be boring to you. And the person who is partying may seem like the real catch, which is kind of like upside down. But in an Aries person's life, they need a sense of excitement. And the key is to kind of walk that tightrope where it doesn't become chaos that you crave, instead of just, a relationship that's invigorating, that has a lot of stimulation for you. There's a difference, and knowing that difference is really key. The Knight of Pentacles could be a facet of yourself, because we have a similar outcome energy. So you may be losing yourself in your work, trying to distract yourself from problems. However, as the higher message shows, the damage has been done. This relationship is toxic. This is the end of a cycle, the number 10. So it's like stick a sword in it. It's done. Or you're done if you don't watch out, because this is you. This is you on the ground, metaphorically, of course. And you have, and maybe there's an ego thing where you refuse to admit that you have been played, because the number 3 can indicate that there are 3 parties involved. There might be like 5 parties involved if the 5 of Wands is any clue. More than just you and this other person. And you may have the part of you that refuses to concede defeat. But this isn't like a sporting event. This is your heart. So it really doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if somebody else betrayed you. That's what the 10 of Swords is all about. What matters is how you cope with it. It can happen to the best of us. But you may not have chosen very well in the first place. And you may have put your affections in an area that was not deserving of your time and effort. And so you reaped what you sowed, and what you sowed was trying to make something work that was untenable. What crosses you is represented by the Ace of Swords. Now, in March, in late March, your solar return happens. Technically, your solar return doesn't happen until your birthday. So if you're an Aries person who's born in April, even when the sun goes into Aries in March, in late March, technically your solar return hasn't happened yet. Now, the Ace of Swords is like, too, about a moment of, what do they call it? A moment of clarity, where you're seeing things as they really are. But this is in the challenged position. So you may be in some sort of denial, as evidenced by that Ten of Swords, where you're not really seeing things clearly. Why do people not see things clearly? Well, usually it's because their emotions are clouding things over. But the emotions in here may not be because you're wildly in love with somebody. It may just be because you're trying to save face and you feel like you've been humiliated by a situation. Well, that's just your ego. And it really doesn't matter unless you can say that you are wildly in love with somebody and that you feel a sense of loss because they're not with you 100%, then it's probably just an ego thing and it's really immaterial at the end of the day, whether or not your ego has been bruised. But the other thing about this is that, if you look at your natal chart, which of course I intend for these readings to be watched by people who have sun in these signs, so sun in Aries. But, looking at your natal chart and seeing what's going on there, you may have personal planets in Pisces because it's right next to your sun in Aries. So Venus and Mars or Mercury. And Mercury is the way you think, which would be right along the lines of this Ace of Swords. So if your sun is in Aries and your Mercury is in Pisces, you may have a pattern of distorted thinking that is based on what you want, not what's really happening in the moment. So that may be something to look at. The advice, this could also be what you decide to do, is the Page of Swords, which is about, this is a card of the spy. So it could be about, in general, becoming more aware of the people that you're getting involved with. Not taking their word for things. If they, say they're single and they've never had children, maybe doing a little legwork, a little covert ops on Facebook, and making sure that their story matches up with things. Now, that seems kind of sad to me because we want to believe the person that we're with. We don't want to have a distrustful or mistrustful, I never know which one it is. We don't want to have a overly suspicious attitude, and especially not an Aries person. You are above board, most of you, and you expect other people to be. Well, surprise, surprise, they're not necessarily all like that. And so this is just about being more vigilant in your life. This could involve a relationship with an air sign, by the way. It's always possible. And this would be somebody who is either a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Libra is your opposite sign, so sometimes you get involved with those people. It's funny because this is a sign that is very compatible with you overall. So it might be a very new relationship. Could also be timing issues where things aren't ready to begin, but you may be talking to somebody. The outcome is the Eight of Pentacles. This is another work card, so you may be losing yourself in your work right now. That's very busy. You may be trying to, for some people, they may be involved in some kind of apprenticeship program or training program, and if it takes you away from your local area, you may just be kind of having this reprieve or respite from everything else that's been going on, which may not be a bad thing because this is a productive card. This could be pointing to financial gains. And I think that you're in a good place, Aries. Even if you've had some drama in your love life, in your past, there may be a new beginning that is just around the corner, and you have to, the timing has to be right for it, and it could be with an air sign. But you're older and wiser, let's put it that way, or at least wiser. Forget about the older part. And you can move forward, and that's the important thing. So anyway, Aries, I hope that you enjoyed this. Happy birthday to those of you born in March. And if you'd like a private reading, please click on the link below. Otherwise, have a great month. Bye.